नमस्कार अभिनंदन सर्वस्य लोचनम शास्त्रम यशस्य नास्त्यन evasa, which means science is the eye of everyone. One who hasn't got it is like a blind. With this famous slogan in favor of science, on behalf of Tech4Seva, I, Lipika Guliani, welcome all the dignitaries of to Tech4Seva second virtual international summit on technology outreach as an enabler for inclusive, sustainable and affordable healthcare. और इसी शुभ मौके पर आप सभी को वाल्मीकि जयंती की भी बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। कहा जाता है विज्ञान लोगों को गरीबी और बीमारी से निकाल सकता है और वो बदले में सामाजिक अशांति भी खत्म कर सकता है। Therefore, with this particular aim, the aim of summit is to provide a platform to academicians and scientists to impart knowledge and technical skill to individuals engaged in different sectors of innovation to address the concerns, issues, and challenges of people, entrepreneurs, startups, and organizations. The summit aims to facilitate knowledge exchange among stakeholders. The focus of Tech4Seva is on augmenting national capacity with application of health technologies and innovations to improve efficiency of healthcare delivery system. This initiative is a joint effort by SIBOID, Vigyan Bharati and Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. Vigyan Bharati or VIBHA is a non-profit organization in India that works for the popularization of the sciences in a nationalist manner. And Unnat Bharat Abhiyan is inspired by the vision of transformational change in the rural development, and its objective is to enable higher education institutes to collaborate with the rural Indians in identifying and developing the issues and the difficulties, as well as developing the appropriate solution for the same. And the SIBOID is a platform with a mission to co-create the innovative solutions to the existing bottlenecks in affordable healthcare. So I welcome all the esteemed personalities for this wonderful initiative by eminent organization. Now I request Dr. Virender Garg, convener of Tech4Seva, to formally welcome all the dignitaries.
Thank you, Dr. Lipika. On the behalf of Team Tech4Seva, I am obliged, indebted, and I welcome Honorable Shri Bandaru Dattatreya ji, Honorable Governor of Haryana, Shri Dr. Shekhar Simande ji, Director General CSIR, Honorable Shri Frank Richard ji, Chairman Horizon Group Switzerland, and Honorable Dr. N.S. Kalsi ji, Chairman NCVET, Government of India. Sir, we are obliged, we are indebted, and we welcome you all wholeheartedly on this platform. As Dr. Lipika has briefly explained, we intend to inculcate the nature of applied research in the faculties, researchers, and the students of the various domains of the science. And we want to bring all the stakeholders in the field of science on a single platform to make India self-reliant in the field of healthcare and to make the healthcare affordable for all. And in this Mahayagna of this innovation and entrepreneurship, we are blessed with all of you on this dais today, and we hope and we wish and we pray that with your blessings and your guidance, we will be able to achieve a new height, and we will be able to give shape to all the expectations and dreams we have planned here in this EBI. So once again, I welcome you all, and I hope that this 4-day session will be continued in spirit after the session, and the real task will begin after the Tech4Seva event. So once again, welcome, Suswagatam.
प्रिय सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच। कहा जाता है हर विज्ञान दर्शन के रूप में शुरू होता है और कला के रूप में समाप्त होता है, और युवाओं की वैज्ञानिक सोच देश को एक नई दिशा देती है। With the same approach, I welcome the distinguished personality who is known for his research, wonders in sciences, and is one of the India's leading expert in DNA fingerprinting and diagnostic none other than the famous and the well-known scientist and the keynote speaker on today's summit, Dr. Shekhar C. Mandeji, who is Director General of Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, that is CSIR, and the Secretary of the Department of Scientific and Industrial Research, DSIR, Government of India. Prior to this, he was the Director of NCS, National Center of Self-Science Unit. He also served as a member of the Management Council of the Tata Institute for the Fundamental Research, Mumbai. He used to be a member of the Management Councils of the Sholapur University and the Savitribai Phule Pune University. He is a member of the governing body of the Indo-French Center for Promotion of Advanced Research and served as a member of the Research Council of the Institute of Genomics and the Integrative Biology, Delhi. Dr. Mande has served in various advisory committees for the Government of India. Until December 2019, he served as the chair the National Committee for the International Union of Crystallography of the Indian National Science Academy, New Delhi. He used to be the Vice President of Vigyan Bharati, a large voluntary science movement in India with Swadeshi spirit. He was awarded with the most prestigious science award in India in the category of biology sciences, that is Shanti Swaroop Bhatnagar Prize for Science and Technology. He has been honored with several other prestigious awards, including B.M. Birla Young Scientist Award in 1999 and HK Florida Vigyan Bhushan Award in 2020. Well, it's a time to listen to such a wonderful personality with so many feathers in his cap. So I request Dr. Shekhar C. Mande for his keynote address.
Honorable Governor of Haryana, Sri Bandaru Dattatreya ji, Dr. Varinder Garg ji, all the dignitaries present here. It's my pleasure to be able to be present amongst all of you for the Tech4Seva this year. I understand that this year's Tech4Seva theme is technology outreach as enabler of inclusive and sustainable and affordable healthcare. It is very apt that the Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research, Chandigarh, has organized this, because PGIMR is not only known to be one of the frontline hospitals in the country, but also great number of innovations have come out of PGI. Vigyan Bharati is a large social organization. It's a science movement that attempts to bring science to the people with a Swadeshi spirit. And therefore, it is only apt that we have today one of the central themes as Atmanirbhar Bharat, that is promoting applied research for employment and entrepreneurship. As all of us know, the Honorable Prime Minister of India has given a clarion call on the Atmanirbhar Bharat concept, to which all of us are committed, all the scientists and technologists are committed into making India as Atmanirbhar. Making healthcare affordable is also another objective of all of us, and we do hope that the deliberations that take place in Tech4Seva will eventually lead to certain innovations and technologies that can be brought to the people of India in a very affordable manner. I'm very pleased to be here and wish Tech4Seva 2021 all the very best, and thank you all very much. Namaskar, Jai Hind.
For your intellectual words, and which is just like a feast for the ear. Thank you very much. और ये हमारा सौभाग्य है कि हमारे मुख्य अतिथि अद्भुत पहल में अपना आशीर्वाद देने के लिए यहाँ पर उपस्थित हैं। वे एक सामान्य व्यक्तित्व के मालिक हैं जो कि विज्ञान की पृष्ठभूमि से हैं और उन्होंने राजनीतिक और सामाजिक सेवा में अपने कौशल को साबित किया है। वे कोई और नहीं बल्कि हरियाणा के राज्यपाल, गवर्नर ऑफ हरियाणा आदरणीय भंडारू दत्तात्रेय जी हैं। Now it's time to welcome such a noted personality whose presence has already taken this workshop toward a success. It's a privilege to welcome the chief guest of summit, Shri Bhandaru Dattatreya ji, for inaugural address. Shri Bhandaru Dattatreya ji is presently Governor of Haryana. He has worked for slum development, especially to house reduce and supply of potable water. He is president of Samakskara Bharti Culture Organization and is founder of Seva Bharti Slum Development Organization. He was also General Secretary of Voluntary Organization of India and the Joint Secretary of Andhra Pradesh Cyclone Committee. He has taken up rehabilitation and housing for cyclone victims in Andhra Pradesh and organized social and cultural activities through voluntary organizations. He was governor of Himachal Pradesh from 2019 to 21 and hold various positions like Union Minister of State Urban Development, Ministry of Railways, Ministry of Urban Development, Poverty Alleviation, Chairperson, Parliamentary Committee on Welfare and Other Backward Classes, that is OBC, and many more. So I request the esteemed personality Bandaru Dattatreya ji to kickstart this summit with his words of wisdom.
Namaskar, sir. We just want to have your word command for us to have an inaugural video played, post which we request your address to the gathering.
Sir, you will have to say the words launch.
So we'll take a minute here for us to show this exhibition with various stalls and how we are conducting this exhibition. We request Jagat to run through this exhibition by screen sharing, and then after which we request for
Hello and good morning. We will give you a quick walkthrough of the conference facilities available. First, we enter our passcode and click on login. Once we enter the conference facility, we will see this beautiful lobby which tells us about the various facilities or various avenues available to be visited within the conference. So the lobby has a information desk, and then we move. Then we give details on the information desk. We are having posters, networking lounge, and so on. And we also have something called as Expo Hall. So when we click on Expo Hall, this is the Expo Hall which we'll see. So where each of the Expo halls have eight stalls, 8 booths of our exhibitors. So when we click on this, we'll be able to see the stalls. For example, this is our CBOD, and then we have stalls like these. So now after the Expo Hall, zone where we can do a general chat or the common chat with each other, like how already people have started sharing. And then after the networking zone, we have something called as a testimonial wall, where people can share their feedback, etc. Then after that, we have a wonderful, as per the technology of the date, we have got something called as a photo booth, where we go and click our photo. So not taking much of a time, when we click let's start it and so on, then their photos will be displayed in the photo gallery. So finally, when we have all these things, you can see so many of our participants have already clicked their photos and it's already visible. So then we go on to something called as the auditorium, where our session is already in progress. So once we click there, it will show us these buttons for different, and it is divided into day-wise, session-wise details, who is the speaker, from what time to what time. And when we click on this, it will take us to the session within the auditorium. Thank you for your time. Now I'll request Sri Bandaru Dattatreya Garu to give his valuable address.
Good morning, Dr. Frank Richard, Chairman, Horasis, and Dr. Shekhar C. Mande, DG, CSIR, Dr. Nirmal Singh Khalsi, Chairman, NCVET, Dr. Virendra Garg, Convener, Tech4Seva. I congratulate the Vignan Bharati, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, and Center for Innovation and Biodesign for jointly organizing the virtual international summit. Tech4Seva, technology outreach as enabler for inclusive, sustainable, affordable healthcare from 20th to 23rd October 2021. This summit will bring together various stakeholders for the augmentation of national capacity with the application of health technology and innovation. The themes of the event are relevant for the swift development of the nation. Affordable healthcare is right of every citizen. And in last 5 years, a great progress is done for provision of healthcare services to all. Atmanirbhar Bharat is dream of all of us, and applied research will translate our knowledge base into employment and enterprises. Environment friendly and sustainable technologies are need of the hour and two must for the survival of the human race. Deployment of innovation and technology for health and wellness will help in realizing the dream of health for all. I appreciate campaign of H for hand wash. The good hygiene will reduce the burden of communicable diseases and COVID infection. The organizer of this campaign are doing a marvelous work. I wish Vignan Bharati, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, and Center for Innovation and Biodesign all the success for virtual international summit Tech4Seva. I also wish that this summit will contribute immensely in achieving the dream of Srimad Bharat, Sakshat Bharat, Shrestha Bharat, and Sakshat Bharat. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your wisdom. Thank you very much. According to Carl Sagan, science is not only complicatable with spirituality, it's profound source of spirituality. With these nice words, it's again a privilege to welcome another esteemed personality who is known for his hard work, technology, innovation, and entrepreneurial capability. And his presence has already shown us a way towards the light. He is none other than the chief guest of the summit, Dr. Frank Richter. Dr. Richter is a German entrepreneur, economic advisor, and a commentator. He is the chairman of Horaces and founder of the Horaces Global Meeting, as well as a former director in charge of Asian affairs of the World Economic Forum. Dr. Richter founded Horaces in 2005, which is an independent think tank for global business topics. He has built into today's global platform for cooperation between emerging and development markets. Dr. Richter is also a member of advisory board on impact leadership of University of Cambridge and Chung Kong Graduate School of Business. With his management at consulting company Horaces, he assisted multinational corporations to craft strategies to develop into real global champions. He actively interacts with top businesses, politicians, and intellectual leaders around the world. He advises governments and private sector organizations on issues such as globalization, trade, and sustainable development. He has been awarded with prestigious awards like Harish Mahendra Memorial Global Award for outstanding contributions to the global economy from Priyadarshini Academy in 2016. He has authored and edited 37 books and numerous articles on global strategy and Asian business, covering topics such as Asian business environment and how Asian firms bounced back from 1998 Asian crisis. Now I request the renowned personality, a public speaker and a great entrepreneur, none other than Dr. Frank Urban-Disher, to kindly enlighten us with your words of wisdom. Dr. Frank.
I would also like to thank the Honorable Governor of Haryana for his address, and especially for positioning Haryana in such a great context. Haryana is one of the lead states of India, focusing very much on technology and also linking technology to healthcare. It's really exemplary what Haryana and the Honorable Governor is doing in the state. Let me start my presentation, ladies and gentlemen, by saying that globalization is here to stay. With COVID-19, we witnessed many countries coming out of the crisis by closing borders, by, in a way, trying to just get out of the crisis on their own. But recently, and India took a very strong lead in that, we are back into multilateral thinking, where countries have to work together to come out of this crisis. So I believe, and I deeply believe, ladies and gentlemen, that globalization is here to stay. And globalization will even play a more accentuated role in the future, where the United Nations will be strengthened, and even organizations like the World Trade Organization in Geneva. India, ladies and gentlemen, is good news. When you think about what happened a few months ago when the Delta variant of COVID first hit India, and how the country was suffering, it took only a few weeks and months to get out of it. And today, India is one of the best prepared countries when it comes to the pandemics. On the one hand, of course, India is the hub for drug development for COVID vaccines, and now starting also to share this knowledge with the world. And that's really, what makes me so hopeful about India's future. India is not just about manufacturing, attracting FDI, but it's all about knowledge. It's about innovation. It's about creativity. And that's maybe also very much linked to the youth of India, to the young people, all those young engineers who leave the engineering schools, the IITs and IIMs of India, working in India, but also all over the world. Many of the large multinationals, ladies and gentlemen, in the US and in Europe are led by Indian nationals. So all this together makes me very hopeful. And we see also that the Indian government is starting a very concerted action to boost the economy again, to reboot the economy, which for me is the emerging leading engine of global economic growth. Whenever large multinationals from Europe and North America think about growth, they will think about India. They will invest in India. They will put, of course, manufacturing sites, but more and more they will put also their R&D centers, and not only in traditional IT outsourcing industries, but in all industries, especially when it comes to research in pharmaceuticals, agriculture, and this is like a new movement I see in India. And I would like to invite my fellow entrepreneurs from all over the world to refocus in India, to re-strategize their visions, and to put their assets into India. And I believe, ladies and gentlemen, India is very much welcoming those investments, very much welcoming more and more technology transfer coming into India. And we see that India is doing the same actually in the opposite direction. A lot of Indian entrepreneurs are investing in Europe, are investing in North America. Today, for example, the Tata conglomerate is the leading employer in the UK when it comes to the manpower of the company. And we see these trends all over. Let me just say a few words about my own organization, about Horasis, ladies and gentlemen. Horasis organizes large-scale summits for entrepreneurs and for governments already for the last 15 years. We would like to build a bridge for Indian entrepreneurs and the world by hosting the Horasis India meeting every year, which brings together around 400 entrepreneurs, but also ministers of the government of India. At the last Horasis India meeting 3 months ago, the Honorable Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal was speaking. We had also a number of chief ministers and leading CEOs and entrepreneurs from India and from the world. And by building these bridges, we believe we can make a positive contribution for better understanding between India and the world. Let me just add a few thoughts on the future, ladies and gentlemen, because, you know, we are dealing with this COVID crisis, and I believe we will soon overcome this COVID crisis. Maybe by spring next year, it will be almost done. COVID will be remaining something like influenza, you know, which will always be around, but it won't be a major threat anymore. We will go back to a kind of normal, maybe a new normal, as we have to refocus several things. You know, it's a historical chance actually to rebuild our governance system in the world, taking the COVID crisis as an impetus for change. So what do we have to change? On the one hand, it's climate change. Climate change is the main threatening issue in the world. And we see that sea levels are rising. We see that droughts and other natural catastrophes are hitting many countries. And, you know, climate change is really the main issue we have to tackle. And technology will help us to do so. We just can't put only orders from top, you know, of saying we have to adjust, but we have to take all this innovation force coming from the private sector to tackle climate change. Secondly, of course, and that's the topic of the summit, it's healthcare. We have to use technology to improve our healthcare system all over the world. Technology for me is an enabler. We have to invest into digital healthcare, where the doctor doesn't have to file his diagnosis all the time again, but everything will be filed digitally, and, you know, we will carry around our digital wallet with all our data on it. And I think that's the future, where also via telemedicine, the doctors can just dial in and put some diagnosis. So that's the immediate future I see. And thirdly, and I'm, you know, a positive thinker, as you heard me speaking by definition, I believe that the future is bright. I believe that if we can all work together and have this new spirit of togetherness, we can really improve the state of the world. So let me stop here, and I'm open, of course, for questions later on, by thanking again Dr. Adak, the organizer of this wonderful summit, especially also the Honorable Governor of Haryana and all our guests. And again, you know, just to finish my short reflection by saying India is good news. And I wish everybody, you know, joining me in this endeavor to really, you know, drive on this new impetus, this new drive of globalization for India and with India. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot for enlightening us with your wonderful and motivational words, and also showing trust in India and Indian talent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. आज की सबसे बड़ी वैज्ञानिक खोज खुद विज्ञानी है. Now it's the time to welcome the intellectual personalities with special knowledge and expertise in the different areas. None other than our special guest, Dr. Nirmaljeet Singh Kalsi. Welcome, sir. Who is a former IS officer from 1984 batch and is chairman of National Council for Vocational Education and Training under Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India. In June 2020, Dr. Kalsi was appointed as the first chairperson of Punjab Police Complaint Authority. He served for 38 years in public service, including 7 years in Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India, 1 year in NTPC and 2 years in Railways. He is having various degrees like the BE in Electrical Engineering from IIT Roorkee, MTech in Computer Technology from IIT Delhi, PhD from Thapar University, and management programs at Harvard School and Cambridge Judge Business School. He is having special knowledge and expertise in home affairs and justice for 9.5 years, information and communication technology and e-governance sector for 12 years, and education and HRD section for 7.5 years. So I now request Dr. Kalsi to please deliver his presidential address.
Good morning, everyone. Honorable Shri Bandaru Dattatreya ji, Honorable Governor of Haryana, Dr. Frank Richard, Chairman Horasis, Dr. Shekhar Mande, DG CSIR, and Dr. Vrinder Garg. I am really happy to address this conference on this opening day. I have a long-standing relationship with CBIED. Then Dr. Vrinder Garg started the concept of CBIED. I was associated right from the beginning. And I could see his vision for affordable health in this entire initiative, which was started about 3 years back. Very importantly, COVID-19 crisis has focused spotlight on universal and affordable healthcare in India. Now, we all understand the high burden overloads on the existing affordable healthcare system. The shortage in critical care equipment devices like ICU and ventilators, external over-independence on medical supplies and its possible disruption during periods like COVID, then paradigm shift in healthcare delivery, especially the rise of telemedicine, urgent need for building national capacities in healthcare equipment and devices, very strong and urgent need for creating innovation systems and environment in healthcare system, and its acceptance within the medical fraternity. Innovation, R&D, and startups in technical health, in health tech, medical devices, and telehealth. And then widespread demand and political support for improved universal healthcare. Now, these are some of the issues on which really the focus was brought by the COVID pandemic. Can I share my screen? Dr. Can you make me the presenter? I want to share. Okay, fine. Thank you. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen, please? Now, I would like to say a few things about the mega trends in healthcare and wellness. Now, as digital health begins to mature, there are new business models which are expanding. And these models are beyond physical medicines and care delivery, which are going to include the behavioral health, digital wellness therapies, nutrition, prescription management, and also the overall human body capabilities for the future. Especially the use of AI for healthcare application. It has a great future, growing at more than 68% CAGR. And also, we have to do something about the aging population, which is again growing at more than 38% CAGR. Another important trend which I can see is shift towards the prevention and holistic wellness. So if we consider the holistic wellness categories, India is already into it since time immemorial. Our culture, our traditions, they all have been promoting holistic wellness. Let it be physical health, emotional health, intellectual health, financial health, spiritual health, social health, occupational health, or even environmental health. Now, we have always been there. Also, the focus is shifting from the acute care to prevention. And that is the trend, at least for the next 10 years. Very, very clear trends we can see. Another important thing which I would like to share is that Asia is one of the regions which is going to concentrate more on the health facilities, where the average expenditure on health is going to more than double during the period 2018 to 2025. Also, healthcare data, that's multiplying every day. It was doubling every 24 months in 2018, but today I suppose this period of 24 months has shrunk to about 18 months. And similarly, use of smartphone, it has changed the way we are demanding the health services and we are getting the health services. And then digital health is being used by more and more number of people. More than 75% people are going to use this service by 2025. Here I would like to bring a focus on the global digital headlines. Now, out of a population of 7.83 billion globally, 5.22 billion people, they have a unique mobile phone. That is 66.5%. And almost 60% are internet users, whereas 53% have some kind of social media connectivity. India is not far behind. India, if you see 1.39 billion people, out of which 79%, that is 1.1 billion people, they have a mobile phone, and the internet use is 45%. So this is January 2021 data. And in the last 9 months, this figure of 45% has gone up closer to 50% now. Also, the active social media users, they are increasing, and the rate of increase is the highest. Presently, it is 32%, going to be 40% and even 50% by next year. Now, when the COVID-19 pandemic crisis came, this was a crisis as well as an opportunity. Now, we could clearly shift global power shift from Atlantic world to the Pacific world. Also, big opportunity for India to become self-reliant. Honorable Prime Minister has a vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat, make in India, make India the skill capital of the world, and also the global hub. Now, it is in this context that the global innovation, technology, manufacturing, and services hub, for that will be very important for India to also be the global healthcare hub, medical equipment hub, and pharmacy hub, and innovation and entrepreneurship in medical devices and telehealth. So these are extremely, extremely important. Now, the Atmanirbhar Bharat of Honorable Prime Minister had 5 pillars: economy, infrastructure, systems, demography, and demand. Now, we are working on all these 5 pillars. Now, we are working in demography. We are working on systems. Now, the demography is one area where I am working presently. Now, there are certain bold reforms now which are there, which have been implemented to realize the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. And these bold reforms are in the area of supply chain reforms, especially for agriculture, rational tax system, simple and clear laws, capable human resources, and strong financial systems. Now, these are extremely important. These are across sectors, and they will drive countries push towards self-reliance. Also, there is a clear focus on land, labor, liquidity, and loss. So to cater to labor, middle class, cottage industry, MSME, and industries amongst others. Now, this is where the importance of CBID comes in. CBID, it is a platform which is headquartered at PGI Chandigarh, funded under the aegis of ICMR New Delhi. It's a combination of, it's a collaboration of PGI with ICMR. It aims to promote frugal and disruptive innovation through promotion of quality research and indigenous technologies, and to fabricate robust, sustainable, and affordable healthcare ideas into viable products. Now, CBID is coordinating with the numerous clinical partners and tech experts from several institutes, collaborating as brain trust partners, top-notch national, international institutions to fabricate an innovative ecosystem, especially in the area of medical devices, and is striving hard to bring the visionary dream of Atmanirbhar Bharat under the able leadership of Honorable CM. Now, the mission and vision has been explained. The objective is devising indigenous technologies, instruments, and devices for affordable healthcare, and then designing, development and deployment of affordable indigenous medical devices and innovative diagnostics. Establish solutions and approaches for various prevalent medical problems, and manpower training. That's also one of the most important factors. If I try to explain you the CBID in single slide, so it's basically, it's PGI on one side and ICMR on the other side under the Ministry of Health Affairs, and they have connectivity with most of the technical institutions in Punjab and around. Also, some of the IIMs, including Thapar, Chandigarh University, Chitkara University, and other similar institutions. Number of IIMs are also connected for the purpose of entrepreneurship. And there are potential areas of collaboration with CBID, including the resources and knowledge pool, experts of mentors, e-learning resources, sharing best practices, teachers training sessions, student sessions, inter-school competitions. And they take large number of people, youngsters, interns, whom they also deploy in research, train and deploy in research. So CBID also acts as a virtual incubator space or a virtual university space for the purpose of taking these innovations to the market. So this is a very, very important area on which CBID is concentrating. Now, the areas on which the CBID is working, they're listed here, right from telemedicine to remote monitoring, critical care, virtual assistant, chatbots, organ printing. Now, we have a 3D printer, but they have yet to start this. AI, IoT, digital therapeutics, genomics, data sciences, blockchain. Now, all these areas, they are working on one or the other projects. And number of projects, they are on the anvil. Some of these, they have already reached the stage where they can be commercialized now. They're looking for investors, and I hope very soon they would be on that path of further growth. Similarly, there are a few other initiatives in the pipeline, developing programs for promotion of interdisciplinary innovation and research, helping budding entrepreneurs, and idea crowding series, especially for the healthcare, promoting telemedicines in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, towns and urban, semi-urban areas, then capacity building program, then socialized training of doctors and specialized training of doctors and paramedics, cutting edge technologies, and online programs, some of these programs. So the areas where normally they are working, healthcare access and delivery, affordable healthcare, and quality healthcare. These are the three basic themes around which they work, and they combine technologies with this. So pharma on the one side says this is one of the examples. A development process for combination product and software, pharma on one side, software on the other side, and devices on the third side. Once you combine all three, so you get into health tech. So that is one area where CBIT is concentrating. Now, if you look at the Megatrends 2030 Frost and Sullivan report, even here, now one of the important trend is future of healthcare. That is the last point which they have listed. Similarly, now if you look at convergence of mega trends, again here health and wellness is a very, very important point now, which is shaping the world. And by 2030, you will see a lot of changes in the area of health and wellness where we need to concentrate. I was looking at the strategic technology trends. Combinatorial innovations trends are in fashion now. They are in vogue. So there are people centricity, concept of people centricity, people of location independence, and the concept of resilient delivery. So these are the nine areas which are extremely important. And these 9 areas, they guide some of our future innovations in this area. So key tech trends, last 60 years, computing power has improved by 1 trillion times. And all businesses will need to adapt, transition from social, mobile, analytic, and cloud to blockchain, AI, VR, AR, and quantum computing. So we call it a change from migration from SMAC to dark. Data science now is going to be very important, using variable data to monitor and prevent health problems, improving diagnostic accuracy and efficiency, turning patients' care into precision medicine, advancing pharmaceutical research to find care. Ji.
Sir, वो last slide is not visible. The slide you are speaking is not visible. तो एक बार आप उस slide पे दोबारा stop sharing करके फिर से share कर लो.
Yeah. So I was talking about the data science, variable data to monitor and prevent healthcare problems, improving diagnostic accuracy and efficiency, patients' care into precision medicine, advancing pharmaceutical research to find care, optimizing clinical performance through actionable insights, then taking the risks out of prescription medicine, reducing healthcare costs, and very importantly, data privacy regulations have to be put in place. Then personal profiling of patients by analyzing their life profiles, their social, personal, health, financial, job profile, etc. So that is also going to change the way the healthcare is provided. And similarly, we require reskilling of large number of people on AR, VR, IoE, artificial intelligence, blockchain, all the staff which is engaged in healthcare world. Now, AI is proving to be very, very important area. IB Watson, you may have heard of, Oracle Alter Ego, Sophia. These are all very sophisticated AI programs which are being used more and more. IBM Watson, for example, can read about 40 lakh documents in 15 seconds. Similarly, 3D printing will open door to bionic body parts. Then automation in healthcare business will ride on 3 waves, that is algorithms, augmentation, and autonomy. So 5G is going to be very important. This means the telemedicine combined with real-time AR or VR health diagnosis, that would become a reality. Chatbots will take over most of the mundane functions of the secondary healthcare workers. And data privacy and regulations, we have already discussed. Now, Tech4Seva, theme for the conference, as I see it, everyone has spoken about the 4 focal themes, but the main theme and focus is augmenting national capacity in application of healthcare technologies and support innovation to improve the effectiveness and efficiency of healthcare delivery system. That is, to my mind, is the main takeaway out of this conference. And The technology-driven sustainable development platform, which it is, it provides an opportunity for all the key stakeholders. And the stakeholders here, they are, number one, the technology providers. Number two, the community participation. Number three, the corporate, especially CSR with CSR funding. And number four, all the stakeholders and the targets. Targets could be institutions, target could be programs, target could be anything. Now, when this entire ecosystem, Tech4Seva, works in collaboration with different domains, it creates wonders. And that is what we are trying to do. So basically, community participation, entrepreneur organization, CSR corporate, and technology providers. Now, when they come together, then they create the innovation which can be taken to the market. Now, as far as healthcare world is concerned, now a connected ecosystem of sensors and devices on and around the individual, it serves the functions of capture and measure, identify, stratify the risk, inform, make decisions, take actions. Right from starting with on-body to in-home to community to in-clinic to in-hospital. So that is the entire chain which is going to be covered. Some time frames of the commercialization and maturization of top technologies by 2025. So some of the technologies which are going to be reality very soon, you can see on the screen. And these are the areas where CBIOD is working and trying to find partners, trying to find research partners, trying to find people who can get into entrepreneurship, who can take these innovations to the market for providing the affordable healthcare.
Sorry to disturb you, sir. Again, your screen है, that is frozen. आप kindly full screen mode पे आ जाइए. Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, can you see this now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So I was saying these are the areas where CBIOD can collaborate with others. CBIOD has a number of innovations. Either they are different.
So next slide. Next, sir. Next. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you see it now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. These are the digital health innovations. They are the startups, big startups of 2020. I was just trying to look at it, the kind of landscape which it has created. So that's the indicative area where we can see administrative automation and digitization to clinical intelligence and enablement to pharma supply chain, health plans and benefit management, real world evidence, virtual care delivery, then online, offline care, primary and urgent care, specialty care, clinical trials, drug discovery, screening and diagnostics, and disease management and therapeutics. So these are the areas where most of the research funds and most of the startup funds went. This is a slide from CB Insight. So I'm very happy that this Tech4Seva initiative has taken such a good shape, and over a period of next 4 days, all these people are going to come together and trying to find solutions to the important problems: affordable healthcare, agriculture, environment, and other important areas. So I wish you all the best for the conference, and I hope that something good will come out of it. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you very much for your warm words and guiding and showing us the way to lead with the mega trends in healthcare and the wellness for next 10 years. Thank you very much, sir. And it's absolutely correct that most significant invention of the science is science itself. So with the same approach, Tech4Seva, second virtual international summit, took this initiative to invent more and that to reach at the grassroots level in affordable prices. Now it's a time to move towards the last phase of this inaugural session. Although it's tough to say goodbye to the famous and the world-renowned dignitaries, but we have to proceed. So for that, I request Dr. Sakshi to give a formal word of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Latika. On behalf of Vigyan Bharati, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, and Center for Innovation and Biodesign, I express my gratitude to Shri Bandaru Dattatreya, Honorable Governor of Haryana, for his kind presence and inspiring inaugural address. We all present here have taken note of the vision expressed and would deliberate and work in this direction. I take this opportunity to express our sincere thanks to Frank Richer as chief guest. Your presence today in this event has immensely enhanced its importance. Thank you very much, Frank. It's been our fortune to find distinguished presence of Dr. Shekhar Mandeji. We are grateful for your value presence here, sir. We are thankful for your excellent speech. Thank you very much. Dr. N.S. Kalsiji, we thank you for presiding over this function and for your comprehensive demonstration of various initiatives by Government of India, visions, and other initiatives and work being done at Center for Innovation and Biodesign, PGI, Chandigarh. We are indebted for your never-tiring guidance and support, sir. Thank you very much. I would like to express deep appreciation for the overwhelming response received from the participants in form of submission of their ideas and participation. Our heartfelt gratitude to Shri Jayant Sahasrabudhe ji, Dr. Rajneesh Arora ji, Dr. Vivek ji, Dr. Varinder Garg ji, under whose able guidance this event is being organized. Thank you very much. Lastly, team members from CBIOD, Vibha, and Unnat Bharat Abhiyan and Samvad deserve to be complimented for the systematic execution of the event. Again, gratitude to all for joining here, and with the end this session here. You are requested all to join us for the next session at 12:15. Thank you very much. Thank you.